Okay, so hi, I am Richard Mans. I'm the head of DevRel at the IOTA Foundation, and I'm here with Xiaomin from Sentio. Xiaomin, I'm going to hand it straight over to you for this workshop.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. Yeah, hi, everybody. I'm Xiaomi, developer relations at Sentio. And first, I want to say a huge thank you to the IOTA Foundation and the community for hosting me here. And it's also very exciting to see so many builders diving into the IOTA ecosystem. Today, I will give a demo to show you how to build an IOTA monitor, a validator monitor with Sentio. So let me share my screen. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. So today's topic is building an IOTA validator monitor with Sentio in less than 13 lines of code. Before we dive into the code, let me give you a short introduction. I'm Xiaoming. Yeah, I've been building backend services for 15 years, mostly in distributed systems. And actually, my last project was a time series database. But to be honest, I'm new to the blockchain just about a year ago since I joined Sentio. But however, when coming from that background, I learned one hard lesson very quickly. As we know, the blockchain is designed for consensus, not for reading. That's very different from the traditional systems. I believe it's also true with the IOTA's new move architecture. The data is nested deep inside. You have the checkpoints, right? And the checkpoints contain the transactions. Also, they hold the move calls. Finally, where the event emitted. So think about it. If you want to build a dashboard using the standard RPC calls, I believe it's a nightmare. So you might need 15 network requests just to load one user's profile. It's really slowly and it's expensive, hard to maintain. And I believe you need an indexer to solve this, but you shouldn't have to build one yourself. My teammates always say that builders should build products, but not the infrastructure, right? So let Sentio do this for you. But Sentio isn't just an indexer. Sentio is the full stack observability platform. So we can think of it in 4 layers. The first layer is our infrastructure layer. We maintain clusters of nodes and use a SIP node to orchestrate the data requests across multiple chains. You can see we support many chains in our infrastructure. And actually, Sentio also runs an official IOTA validator. This means we can get the data directly from the source in real time. On top of this infrastructure layer is our SDK layer. Sentio provides you a TypeScript SDK. This hides all the complexity. You don't have to decode the raw bytes or guess the feed names. You just use the SDK to define exactly what you want to collect and transform. The third layer is our core layer. We call it an event-driven layer. So instead of constantly asking, did it happen? So you use our trigger and action system. You pick an event and we process it. We will see it later. So if the data is collected, they finally goes to our completely hosted and serverless databases that fully managed by Sentio. Beyond the database, that's our final layer. We call it the data and observability layer. So beyond the databases, we also provide tools to help the user analyze their data, including a no-code dashboard builder for visualization and a SQL query engine for deep analysis. You can also search all your logs through our Vortex indexer for debugging your code. And also, if you want to serve your own front ends with our data, it's also possible in Sentio because we provide an API backend. So basically, you write the code and we handle the rest from the raw node to the final dashboard. That's Sentio, and that's my short introduction. So let's jump back to our today's topic, validator monitor. As we know, IOTA already have an optional dashboard for the validator. Let me switch to the website. Wait a minute. So you can see in IOTA official website, we can see this validator status, including the total stakeholder and the participation. Even more, we can see each validator's performance listed here. So that's very powerful and useful to our users. But in my opinion, from this status, we cannot answer one question that where is the smart money going, right? This status is from the validator's view, not from the stakeholder's view. So today, I want to build a dashboard, a special dashboard to tracking the smartest money on the IOTA network. Let's call it a wire water. Yeah, continue to show in my presentation. So to do this, we need to track two specific signals. Of course, the first one is buying in. When the wire state, this is, I believe, a vote of confidence. It tells us which validators are growing, right? And the second, on the other hand, is selling off signals. When they unstake, that's a warning sign. They need to see who is, we need to see who is leaving and which validators are losing support. So we will building this monitor today, and by the end of the demo, we'll have a dashboard showing exactly where the money is flowing. Okay, I hope we can on the same page for now. So let's start coding. I will create a new Sentio project from the terminal. But before that, I believe we need, if you want to build the dashboard later by yourself, you need a Sentio account. I have already created some accounts, so it's very simple, pretty simple. So I just skip this step. Yeah, here is my working directory. Sentio provides a CLI tool to manage the Sentio project, so we can see how to use this tool. Sorry for typo. Yeah, there are 4 commands: login, create, and version and test. Since I have already logged in with my account, so this command is what we want, create. Let's see how to use this. As we can see, yeah, it's pretty simple. The only required argument is the project name. But since we are building an IOTA monitor, so I will provide these options. The change tab I will set to IOTA. And you can see here, Sentio SDK supports tons of network. So let's create one, IOTA and IOTA. Yeah, it's done. So let's check what the CLI generated for us. Just go into this directory. As you can see, there are many classical configuration files, including the Sentio.yaml. So let's check it. And currently, there are only one line that describing the name of the project. But the most important files is under the SRC folders, of course. So let's take a look. Yeah, this one, process.ts, is the most important one, where we will write our logic here. And the other folders I want to know is the types. So you can see here, there are many. This TypeScript code is automatically generated by Sentio CLI, reading from the API's interfaces. So that's also why you can get the type saved right out of the box. So you can see here is the API interfaces. Yeah, Sentio did this for you, so you do not need to manually do it, define the interfaces. Okay, let's continue to write the code. Just open the workspace. Sentio. Hi, cool. Let's open the file. Yeah, as you can see, the CLI already generated some sample code for us. That's very useful for new freshmen. So you can see the validator, IOTA systems interfaces. But to keep things clear today, I will delete all of them. Yeah, that's my favorite part, delete the code. So yeah, let's go back to our product definition. So we will build a validator monitor. So the only dependency I think we need is the validator contracts, right? So here we need to import the validator. Fortunately, Sentio supports these validator contracts in their building module, so we can just use this directly from the Sentio SDK. Thanks for the AI. Let me click these interfaces to check what Sentio did. So there is the option Sentio have already set for us, the address and the network. We can check other options, the start checking points, end checkpoints, and base labels. But in this project, we do not need to set any options, I think. So let's just keep it clean. Validator.bind. We use the empty one. Maybe we can add this checking point just for test. Sorry for typo. Yeah, the next thing is the most important thing. As we mentioned before, Sentio is the event-driven model. So we need to pick an event and we need to write a handler. So as we discussed before, we need to track the stake events. Let's check if there is this event we need. Yeah, we can see this event. Oh. Okay, this event accepts some arguments. The most important one is this function. That's a handler for this event. And we can dive deeper into these interfaces. As we can see here, the data already decoded by Sentio. Yeah, this includes some feeds that we need, including the pool ID, validator address, and the stake address, also the amount. So that's all we need. Let's just distract them. Mount a stake per address. And sorry, stake address and validator address. Also the pool ID. Yeah. By the way, I believe IOTA uses 9 decimals, so I need to scale down the amount, so make it more readable. Let's scale down the amount. Now the data is prepared. So the next thing we need to do is just save the data to Sentio. So we can use the event log interface. Let's try. It's pretty simple. The first argument we can see here is the event name. So we give here a name, stable action. And the second one is the data itself. So let's do it. Oh, thanks for AI. So he completed the code for me. Yeah, I think that's all for this staking request event. Next, we need to handle the unstaking request event. So it's total, I think it's almost identical. Let's just let AI do the rest of the thing. But you can see here, there is the error. So we need to see the interface, unstake event, request event interface, the data. Yeah, that's a different. The unstaking request event including 2 amounts. The first one is the principal, and the second one is the reward. Yeah, that makes sense, right? So we need to change the code. And the reward. We also need to scale down the code. Yeah, that's all. Let's add the reward amount. And here I want to do a small tricky. Let me set the amount to the negative scaled amount. Since this event is outgoing flow, right? So if we do this tricky, we can calculate the net staking position very easily. Just sum everything up. I believe that's all for this project. We can count the code of the line. As I said, it's in 13 lines, right? Okay, next step, we need to deploy this code to Sentio. Before that, I want to build it to check if there are any error. So everything looks great. Next, let's upload. Oh, yeah, my account is free tier plan, so can only have 5 projects. But no worries, I can move this project onto another account. Let's change it. Just move this project under the Sentio. Do it again. Yeah, cool. success. So the CI returns some information for us. The most important one, I think, is this link. We can check the status of the project. Let's check it. Yeah, as we can see here, the project has already started to process the data. But in my experience, it always takes some time to backfill all the history data. So I do not want to waste your time. Let's just switch to another prepared project. They are totally the same. So let's switch to the prepared one. Yeah, this one. Oh, we can check the code here. So make sure they are the same. So you can see I uploaded before the code here. And the prepared one, the code here. Yeah, they are the same. And once the data is collected, we can check them on event logs tab. So you can search all the logs here. Also, if you want to analyze the data, you can Data Studio is your is the right place. So for example, you can see the table name is take action, just the event name we named before. So we can take a look at the code. The name is take action, right? So the table name is take action too. Here is the schema you can check. Let's try a simple query here. Just count the event. So we get the result. Okay. So next thing, we will jump to the dashboard. Yeah. Let me. Yeah. As we said before, we want to, we want to tracking the smart money. So it's called a whale watcher. I struck this dashboard into two main sections. The first one is like an overview section. This gives us a high-level context. I want to include three parts. The first one is the 24-hour net flow. This gives us an immediately class check on whether the network is growing right now. And the second one, this pie chart reveals exactly which validators are taking over the biggest slice of the new market share. And the third one, just like the network's heartbeat, show daily net flow trends in last 13 days. And the second section, this is where we find the actionable data. Here are two tables we want to fill. The first one is the buying table. It identifies the heavy hitter who are staking and the specific behavior. And the second one is the selling tables, just like the first one. So let's just fill the table with the real data at panel here, the SQL query. By the way, if you want to generate a SQL with AI, Sentio can do that for you. We can have a try, starting from the first panel. Let's check which panel we want to generate the 24-hour net flow, right? Let's try again. Just generate with AI. Calculate, sorry. Calculate the 24-hour flow change. Oh, one thing we need to tell the AI is that the trick I did before, yes, he need to know the amount is positive if the action action is state, and positive and negative if the action is on stake. We just give a try. It's running. Well, here is the result. We can check the SQL query. Looks like it's the right one. So we can use the query in editor directly. Maybe we can add it to the dashboard directly. So let's add it. Yeah, here is the data. Sentio also provide different chart types for different data, including lines, bars, areas. I think we can use query value here. Let's make the data readable, right? Yeah, this is the first one we created. We can move it here. Okay. Wait a minute. It's disappeared. Just where? Okay. Let me just use my prepared query. I think there's something weird happened. But yeah, that's the data. And let's fill the second one. Also from my prepared query. Since it's a pie chart, let's choose the pie chart. Let's move it. Okay, continue. Get result. Yeah, we need to change the chart type to bars. Okay. So the first part is finished now. Let's move to the second part. They are all table data, so yeah. Also, we can make the data more readable. The last one. The same thing here. Yeah. Let me delete the placeholder. Cool. I think we have already finished this dashboard, right? So up here, this is the high level context of the network. So if the number is right, we can see that in the last 24 hours, there are 500, maybe nearly 600,000 tokens inflow. And let's take a look at the second one. This validator nearly capture more than 24% of the new market share. And the second part is very interesting. Well, we can see this staker just by staking nearly 17 million tokens into this validator. So that's very interesting. Maybe we can check. Yes, the validator. So this validator is Anchor. Interesting. But I'm not sure, since, as you know, I'm new to blockchain. I believe you guys can read the data, understand data better than me. So I will leave this to you. Okay, that's it for today. Just a recap. We create this dashboard in less than 13 lines of code, and we now build a WeAreWatcher dashboard here. We can tracking the smart money on the IOTA. So yeah, that's it for today. If you have any questions, just feel free to drop it in the chat. So I will handle to Richard.
Yeah, hi. Xiaomin, thanks for that. That was fantastic. Really loved the presentation. Just as a quick follow-up, I'll let you stop sharing your screen now if you don't mind.
Yeah.
If people want to come and join us on the IOTA Discord, that'd be great. If you have any further questions, that's a great place to put them. And yeah, thanks for showing up for this live stream. It's been great. And yeah, big thank you again, Xiaomin, for doing such a great presentation. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And before I go, can I share my screen again? So
yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So here are some useful links for you guys if you want to contact us offline. So there are some more examples on our website, and we also active. Sorry, let's share it. We also very active on X account and Telegram. So if you want to contact offline, you just feel free to ping us anytime on the Telegram group. So that's all for me. And again, I want to give a huge thank you to the IOTA Foundation for hosting me, and thanks for watching. Yeah, happy coding.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
we'll share those links as well we'll share those links as well in the meeting description, or in the video description, so anyone can just follow them. But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very much for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you again next time.
Yeah, cheers. See you again.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, cheers.